Hey fight fans, today in this video, Conor McGregor continues his conflict with Khabib, as he not only recently insulted Khabib, but he now says that he has a system in place that can break any combat system, including the one that has been transferred over to Islam Makhachev from the legendary father of Khabib Nurmagomedov. So what is the system? Does Conor really want to fight Islam, or is it all just jealousy? He continues to take every opportunity to lash out at Khabib, and each time his attacks are becoming more and more toothless. Khabib has long since ceased responding to any provocations of McGregor, so why is Khabib not responding to him? Also in this video, Petr Yan versus Sean O'Malley. The judges again went against the Russian ex-champion. Petr Yan was right when he said that O'Malley is a UFC project. They pushed him to the top, so we're gonna see why that is and what really happened. But before we start the video, I just want to ask you guys to help support our channel, like and subscribe to it, because it only continues to motivate us to make new and interesting videos. Thank you in advance. So as you already know, on October 22nd, the most important fight of the year, UFC 280, took place on Fight Island in Abu Dhabi. The main event was the title fight for the vacant lightweight title between Islam Makhachev and Charles Oliveira. The legendary Khabib Nurmagomedov brought the Russian into the octagon as a coach. And the fight ended with a very large victory for Islam, who won the coveted belt. And after the completion of the fight, of course, Conor McGregor again tries to hype everything up, for whom the conflict with Khabib has become something personal for him. After the fight, Notorious rolled out an entire post on social media. He insulted Khabib several times and even said that Khabib went against the will of his father. And the Irishman once again has stated that he could easily break the combat system that Islam Makhachev has been utilizing. I have the system to hurt this style of fighting, guys, I am telling you. Bro is a shit jocks. Fat mouth, shut your mouth. You done nothing tonight except go against your father's wishes and run. It's not father's plan completed yet, pal. Your people know and they talk about you. Now, more than 4 years have passed since the very iconic defeat of McGregor, and the Notorious still has not calmed down from it. He just continues to take every opportunity to lash out at Nurmagomedov. And his attacks are just, again, becoming more and more toothless. In McGregor's prime, he was one of the masters of shit-talking, but now he is just slipping into indiscriminate insults, trying to offend Khabib with references to his dead father. Conor seems to be losing his temper. He's either trying to offend Khabib, or he's provoking Petr Yan on social media, or, in all seriousness, he just runs the harmless blogger Hezbollah and just promises to beat him. Unfortunately, the UFC legend is killing any and all respect that he has with his own hands. He is disgracing himself just more and more every day. Even after this post about Khabib, he didn't last long, and as always, he then chickened out and deleted the post from his page. And Khabib hasn't responded to McGregor in a very long time, because he is constantly looking for new challenges. He had a phenomenal career as a fighter, and now he's having a brilliant start to his debut as a coach. And this must be acknowledged. Him coaching Islam returned the UFC lightweight championship belt to Russia on the very first try. But Conor, well, he's just getting further and further from the octagon. There is a feeling that fighting on social media is much more interesting for him than trying to revive his fading career.
I don't know, where he's at now mentally, but he's got so much fucking money.
Yeah.
He's sold proper 12,
Yeah.
made like $500 million.
Yeah.
He's gonna like
But that's it though. It changes. I mean, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to say that. And we all say it, I'm still the same guy. I'm still the same fighter. No, you fucking ain't.
Right.
No, you're not. Your motivation for doing this is gone.
Right.
You're doing it now because, listen, and you got to respect this about him. We don't have a good relationship, but got to respect this about him. He loves the fight game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I respect that about him. I really do. So that's the only thing that he can't buy.
Right.
I mean, the guy can buy whatever he wants.
Right.
He's buying yachts and this and that, and God bless him. But you can't buy the UFC championship of the world. That's the only thing he can't buy, so he's got no choice to go and fight for it. And he's still choosing to do that. You have to respect that, to be honest.
So, moving on to Petr Yan and Sean O'Malley. The judges, well, they didn't side with Petr Yan again. Because if you read the reactions on social media or in the news, you will see that there is not a single fighter who would say that Yan lost this fight. 27 out of 27 foreign journalists gave the victory to Petr, and some of them even gave a 30-27 to the direction of Petr. But two incompetent judges scored it 29-28 in favor of O'Malley. Jan was right when he said that Suga is a UFC project. They promoted him to the very top, and Petr turned out to be a bargaining chip. The most disappointing thing, though, was Dana White, as he frankly refuses to acknowledge Jan. First, Dana made a controversial verdict in the second fight with Sterling, and now he is trying to justify the outcome of the fight with O'Malley. Even Sean shrugged at the end of the match and couldn't believe that he won, because he knows that he lost. Dana said, "It was one of those razor-thin close fights. I could see people saying Jan won the fight. I could see people saying O'Malley won the fight. What's weird is it wasn't the way I thought it was with the judges' scorecards. I thought depending on who you gave the first round to determined who won the fight. But that was not the case apparently." Now that is just pure hypocrisy. If Dana White's gonna go out and make such a speech, then you can safely put an end to the UFC. They don't care about the sports component, rather they care about the financial well-being. Therefore, if they want to find a way to refuse an asset, they will definitely use any leverage they have, even the dirtiest ones, and then they will just pretend like they have nothing to do with it. Dana White stated that he is not responsible for decision-making, but he is the only person who is able to influence. For example, when he threw out horrible ref Mario Yamasaki because he didn't care about the health of the athletes. Or how about when John Jones lost to Matt Hamill by disqualification? He went through the front doors of the Nevada State Athletic Commission to annul the outcome of the fight. And now, instead of trying to fight the injustice in the UFC, he's just closing his eyes and pretends that everything is fine. Dana, this is not right. This is how the UFC cuts off the reputational damage. Henry Cejudo actually said it best of all. Worst robbery in UFC history. I hope our sport doesn't become boxing, Dana White. And unfortunately, I have to completely agree with him. It has already turned into amateur boxing where absolutely anyone can be dumped. And after all of this, there's just the feeling that this is the best league in the world and no one gives a damn about the sports component. They only care about the ratings and the number of paid views on the pay-per-view system. Athletes are attracted there to splurge with the proprietary approach of we have the best fighters in the world only want to fight with us. But then, when a serious prospect is looming before them, they are ready to ruin the careers of other fighters even if they were recently on the list of their favorites. Cynicism, hypocrisy, incompetence. These are the words that can be used to evaluate the work of the current. So what do you think? Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.